Hey guys, Dave here with Coastal Cerakote. On this episode of 2-Minute Tutorials, we're going to show you how to properly assemble the fire control group on an AR-15 platform. In our next episode, we'll show you how to install them. When we talk about the fire control group, of course, we're just talking about the hammer and the trigger assemblies. The most important thing to remember is to maintain the proper orientation between your springs and your parts, and that way you can avoid malfunctions like having pins walk out or trigger reset issues. We'll start with the hammer. On the back of the hammer, we want to make sure that this loop on this spring is touching this portion here. Simply going to spread the spring apart a little bit so that it fits on either side of the hammer. You want to make sure that the legs are curling around up over the top portion of that hammer ear and pointing down so that it looks just like that. As far as the trigger, we're going to start with the disconnector spring. This is a small coil spring. You'll notice that it's tapered. It's slightly larger on one end than the other. You want to take that large end and you're just going to press it down into this rounded opening here on top of the trigger. Once it's in there, it should fit pretty snugly and it shouldn't move around or fall out. If it does, you probably have it in upside down. Again, with the trigger spring, you want to make sure that you pay attention to your orientation. This looped portion of the trigger spring will go underneath the trigger on the front here, and the legs will be curled underneath and pointing down. And just like the hammer spring, you're just going to spread it out a little bit and hook it on either side of the trigger so that when you're finished, it looks just like that. Once we do the install, of course, we'll include the disconnector and the pins. And like I said, we're going to show you how to do that on the next episode. That's all there is to assembling a mil-spec type fire control group for an AR platform. Thanks for watching.